Stop. Before you buy that great deal used car, ask yourself one question. Does it have a CVT? If it does, run. These rubber band transmissions aren't just unreliable, they're ticking financial time bombs, turning your hard-earned cash into a roadside nightmare. Today, we're exposing 7 notorious models with CVTs guaranteed to bleed your wallet dry. Don't become another victim. This is crucial. First up, the Ford Freestyle and its twin, the 500. On paper, Ford's mid-2000s collaboration with German giant ZF seemed like a premium upgrade. In reality, it was a mechanical death sentence. They slapped a fragile CFT-30 CVT into a heavy, family-sized chassis that it was never built to haul. The fatal flaw? A high-pressure valve that jams open, spiking internal pressure until the seals literally explode. Owners call it the Ford lunge. Picture this. You're idling at a red light, foot firm on the brake, and without warning, the car surges into live traffic. It's terrifying, it's unpredictable, and since there's no rebuild kit on the planet, once it snaps, your car is instant scrap metal. Don't let a cheap price tag lure you into this trap. Next, we have the Jeep Compass and Patriot. You buy a Jeep for the go-anywhere promise. But these two? They can barely handle a paved highway. Under the hood lies an imposter, the infamous Jatco JF011E. This unit has zero thermal backbone. The second you hit a steep grade or cruise on a hot July afternoon, the transmission fluid literally begins to boil. That's when the computer panics, triggering a limp mode that drops your speed from 70 to 20 miles per hour in the middle of fast-moving traffic. If you hear a high-pitched whine, like a dying vacuum, that's the sound of your bearings self-destructing. With a $4 replacement bill on a car barely worth $3, you aren't just buying a lemon, you're buying a one-way ticket to the scrapyard. Stay away. The first-gen Mini Cooper is the ultimate wolf in sheep's clothing, cute on the outside, but a mechanical nightmare underneath. If you're looking at an automatic from 2002 to 2008, you aren't just buying a car, you're pulling the pin on a financial grenade. Driven by the notorious VT1 CVT, this unit is so fragile it triggered a massive class action lawsuit. Inside, steel bands hold the drive belt together, but at the 80.000 mile mark, they don't just fail, they snap. The belt turns into a high-speed metal whip, shredding the pulleys and electronics instantly. The worst part? BMW called these sealed for life, blocking you from even attempting a fluid change to save it. It's a $6 explosion waiting to happen under your seat. Walk away. I'm a fan of Subaru, but the 2019 Ascent is a massive engineering oversight you cannot ignore. Subaru tried to defy the laws of physics by pairing a 4.600 pound family hauler with a high-torque turbo engine and their TR690 CVT. It's a recipe for disaster. Under heavy load, the turbo's power overwhelms the CVT chain, causing it to slip and grind against the variator cones. This creates a blizzard of metal shavings that clog the valve body, leading to violent jerking or a total refusal to shift. Subaru's fix: a massive recall to neuter the engine's power just to keep the transmission from self-destructing. Buying a first-year Ascent isn't a gamble, it's a guaranteed headache. Cross this one off your list. German engineering usually means precision, but the Audi Multitronic is a pure financial nightmare. Found in front-wheel drive A4s and A6s. This system used a link chain that was marketed as bulletproof. It wasn't. The real killer? The transmission control module, the car's brawn, is submerged in 200-degree oil. Over time, that heat melts the computer's solder joints, triggering the infamous Audi death shudder. Imagine pulling away from a stop and your car vibrates like an earthquake. Since the computer is trapped inside the transmission, you're looking at a $7 total replacement, unless it says Quattro on the back, which uses real, dependable gears. Do not touch it. Your bank account will thank you. Think you're safe because you avoided a Nissan? Think again. The Mitsubishi Outlander Sport hides the exact same trash under its hood, the infamous Jatco JF011E. Mitsubishi cut corners with soft metal input shaft bearings that wear down long before they should. If you hear a low growl that intensifies with your speed, that's the sound of failure. It's the shaft wobbling out of control, shredding internal seals and turning your transmission into a metal blender. For budget-conscious buyers, this is the ultimate trap. You buy it to save money. But by 100,000 miles, this car will demand a $5 ransom just to stay on the road. Don't let a low price tag blindside you. And finally, the crown jewel of CVT disasters, the Nissan Altima and Rogue. Between 2013 and 2018, Nissan flooded the streets with millions of these ticking time bombs equipped with the Jatco CVT-8. The failure rate isn't just high, it's staggering. It all starts with a cheap flow control valve that jams, causing oil pressure to flatline. Without that pressure, the steel belt loses its grip, begins to slip, and eventually snaps like a rubber band. I've seen Altimas burning through their third transmission before even hitting 120,000 miles. Don't be seduced by the modern styling or the tempting price tag on the used lot. With these, it's not a question of if it will leave you stranded, it's a question of when. Avoid them like the plague. Avoiding these CVTs is a smart move. But don't think you're safe just yet. We've officially entered the dark era of the disposable car. Behind the scenes, manufacturers are engineering vehicles designed to transform into scrap metal the very second your warranty expires. It's a calculated scam, and most buyers are walking straight into the trap. I've identified 5 specific modern cars that are absolute junk disguised as luxury. If you want to protect your savings and stay off the tow truck, you need to see this. Click right here to see the worst offenders before you make your next big mistake. I'll see you over there.